We are here with the former Utah State quarterback, Diondre Borel. He also played pro for quite some time in a couple of great leagues and is now doing a lot of work for the younger generation and for the people out there in sports training. And I just wanted to ask you how you doing, DeAndre. What's been going on these days? What's been COVID-19? What's the pandemic been like for you for this present time?
Like during the pandemic, I've been just staying focused on my goals. I think at the beginning I was a little sidetracked, didn't know what to do at that moment in time because I had signed with the indoor team, Oakland Panthers, and they canceled the season. We were supposed to play the game, and they canceled the day of the game. So just during this time, I've just been focusing on my goals, so just personal training, sports performance with the kids. Just working on getting certified as a personal trainer, strength and conditioning coach, and sports nutritionist. Those are the things I've just been working on. I've also been wanting to do nonprofit, just knowing who to call and taking those steps towards those goals also. And just building a foundation for everything I want to do, as well as training myself and working out and just getting prepared as if there's going to be a season again next year or whatever that's happening this year.
I've known you for quite some time. We go way back on football. Let's talk about your experience at Utah State. I mean, you set great records there. Second in school history with 6,698 yards passing and 8,096 yards in total offense. You were also there at Utah State from 2007 to 2011 during the glory days of a lot of great football programs that were excelling at that time.
I loved it there. Playing quarterback has always served me as a person. It's a leadership role. I understand the position. It was just fun for me because people could see my athletic ability, whether it's using my feet or throwing the ball. And, I have a strong arm, and playing there, we had two different coaching staffs, but they both believed in me to play quarterback, which was one of the great things. And I was just thankful for that opportunity. Just my teammates, the people that I played with, a lot of guys continue to play pro. A few of my teammates, Robert Turbin, Chris Randall, Bobby Wagner. So we had that group when I was there. So we were, a year apart. I think Bobby's class was a year after mine. So I was 07. He came in 08. But we just all connected there, and we built the foundation for what they have right now. And I don't think a lot of people talk about that. The guys that were there helped build what's going on now. And that's always a great feeling to understand that, we were a part of that. And we're seeing the success right now as a school and school history. But playing quarterback, I loved it there. The fans were great. The people were great. We were just starting to get on a roll. And as soon as I left, that's when everything started. They started going to bowl games and all that. So, it's just a great feeling to come from that school and be an alumni from there.
Now, when you were growing up, was football, you would say, your first love, or did you have any other sports that you were talented in, that you thought about playing for your future?
First sport I ever played was baseball. So I love baseball a lot. Me and my stepdad, I remember he found some baseballs. I don't know where it was, but it was a whole bag of them. And one day we just went out to the school, and he was just throwing me ground balls, and I just decided I was going to play baseball. And then I played baseball when I was 8 years old. So I started at 8, probably stopped playing at 13, but then around 10 years old, that's when I started playing football. So I went from baseball to football, but I also wanted to play basketball. A lot of people in middle school, they thought I was going to be a basketball player because that's all I would do at lunchtime. Morning, play basketball. Lunchtime, play basketball. I know in 7th grade I had like co-MVP, or 8th grade it was like co-MVP. So once I left, everybody's like, oh, I thought you were going to play basketball. I was like, nah, I just committed to football. I also ran track in high school. I was long jump, triple jump. I would run the 4x1. in the 100, played a little bit of basketball. So I was playing a lot of sports, but football just stuck with me. I know that's what I wanted to do, but, all around athlete.
When you look at your success that you had in college, I mean, the passing yards, the total offense, what would you say would be your ultimate, just memorable experience in college? I mean, would it be playing in Hawaii? Because I know that's a dream for a lot of athletes to want to play in Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii was fun. I think when we played Oklahoma and played Oregon, it was my sophomore year. We played Oregon, and then my senior year, we played Oklahoma. But that was just a different atmosphere. I really liked it because I was like, wow, I could play in front of this many fans and be successful. And just like, it's just that, not the pressure, but just that feeling that you're in a big stadium, you're playing against a big time school, and to almost beat them in that game. I think we lost by 6 or 7 points or something like that. But just to keep it a close game, and um, to be in that situation or just be in that environment, it was just big. Like, wow, we're really playing with this team, and we could have beat this team. So, I think that was a great feeling for me. That was one of my most memorable experiences, just playing against those big time schools.
Great opportunities in the pros. You played back in 2011 with the Green Bay Packers. You then played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2012. You then played with the Titans in 2012 to 2013. And then you went from the AFL to the indoor league, and then also played in Finland. So for you, how was just your overall pro experience? Because you're also a champion as well in the Arena Football League as well.
It was a great experience, just believing in myself to play in the NFL and having that goal and dream as a kid and for it to come true. That was a great feeling. There was ups and downs in the NFL, ups and downs in the indoor football league, arena football league. But my overall experience has been great because I was able to see who I was through the process, where my mind was at, where my confidence was. Had some lows after I got cut in the NFL, had some lows when I played in arena and certain indoor teams. But I think my big breakthrough was when I played in Finland overseas last year. That was a big breakthrough for me and confidence for me to know that I am still able to do it. And the success that I had playing quarterback made me realize, like, wow, like you still have it, you still can do it, and play the position that has always worked out for you. And receiver has always worked out, but in my heart, quarterback is where I should be. And once I seen the success I had out there in Finland, just with the teammates that I had, just teaching them how to play football, they were learning. Overseas, no one understands that you're playing. Some kids are playing with you and they're only 18. Some of them 16. And then you got grown men playing, so it was just a different experience, and it showed my true leadership skills to help my teammates, win games or just be successful on the field, whether it's them catching the ball, teaching them how to block, whether it's them having my back, I'm having their back. We're just understanding as a whole group, and that's what a true leader is someone just leading the team and understanding their teammates, knowing what needs to be done, and even if things that you don't want to do, you just got to do them, as a leader. And just understanding it's okay for someone else to lead also. If you're a true leader, you understand that, hey, if that person's leading something right now, then you're still a leader if you can fall back and still follow that leader and understand where they're coming from and listen to their guidance. So that was just overall to me. I know God wanted me to see something bigger for myself at that time. And um, it was just amazing to me. The last 4 games, I threw 23 touchdowns and 2 interceptions and ran for 2 touchdowns. So and we played 12 games. So I had a total of 33 touchdowns and I think 12 interceptions and 6 or 4 rushing touchdowns. So just to see that amount of success the last 4 games, that was just a great feeling because it was like my breakthrough where I was starting to see my throws were on point. My teammates were catching the ball. Everybody was just in sync. And regardless of how many games we won, we were just in sync as a whole, as a group, and we were in unity. So to see that happen, I think that was more of a fulfillment for them because they saw their success also, and we all saw success as a whole group, and that just made everybody more confident.
You were really dominating Finland. I was watching some video footage, and you were killing it in Finland.
Yeah, it was fun. It was cool. I mean, people don't understand, like, you still have to play football. Someone still has an assignment. Someone misses a block, well, guess what? If a lineman misses a block, the receiver misses a block, well, guess what? That guy has a chance to make a tackle on the ball carrier, the quarterback. So you still have to work as a team no matter what's going on, no matter who you're playing with, no matter what the competition is. And if you can understand your teammates, that's going to make you a greater football player. You can understand your teammates, what they're great at, what they're not great at, what you can help them with. That's what makes you, like I said, a true leader, a true quarterback. You got to know your teammates, understand them, help them get better, and just know how to pursue the right things or pursue them and correct them in the right way.
Knowing that you've had all this success in pro level football as either a quarterback or as a wide receiver, what was the experience like winning 2 championships in the Arena Football League? Must have been a lot of fun, right?
Yeah, it was different. We just understood how to practice. We understood how to win. Everything was in detail. Um, we worked hard. We worked hard for what we wanted. Everybody was just in sync at practice. We wanted to win. So that's why we were champions. A lot of people think it's just coaching. It is the coaching, but the players have to produce, and we're on the field doing what you're asking. So that's what makes a great team also. It's not just the coaches, but the players have to go out there and perform also. And that's what people don't realize. The players got to perform. We all have to practice hard. We all have to focus. We all have to have that one goal, that mindset. And we got to push each other to be great. So that's what I've seen as a team. We were just all holding each other accountable.
And how was your experience in the Indoor Football League? I know it's a lot different than the AFL. The AFL being on a high scale throughout the years, with a lot of Arena Football League players turning into the NFL, turning into Hall of Famers. So what was the experience being in the Indoor Football League compared to the Arena Football League?
I like the Indoor Football League because to me it pertains more to outdoor because we have a running back in the Indoor Football League. You could go 4 wide receivers. You could go 3 wide receivers, a running back. It's more of like outdoor. So I think that's where people haven't understood up until now, hopefully, that when they get a chance to see now that there's only Indoor Football League, that it is big. And there are great players in there. And there are guys that could play in the outdoor league that are playing indoor football. That's what I've seen throughout the years. You can't discredit someone because they're not in the NFL or CFL, because there are great players that aren't playing in those leagues that are playing in the AFL and IFL. So the difference between those two, AFL, IFL, is just more of the gameplay. Running back, that's added in IFL, and AFL is just a fullback, but they're always blocking. And one of the linemen can actually go out for a pass in the AFL.
I mentioned about the present plans of what you've been doing right now in sports training and still continuing to play football at a high level. If you weren't doing football, let's just say football wasn't your career that you've had right now, what do you think your career would have been?
I'm not even sure, to be honest. I feel like, my path was for a reason. I was supposed to be on this path to find my passion, and that's just the youth is attracted to me. I have my own youth. I feel like I'm still young, regardless of how old I am. I have that youth, and the kids are just attracted to me. I work well with the kids, so I think that's just a gift God gave me. I want to inspire the world, inspire people in general, not just the kids, but I want to inspire everybody that's around me. I want to teach people how to love each other regardless of what's going on, and that's just that's what I see myself doing. So, on top of the training, you're getting a mentor, you're getting someone that can motivate you, inspire you, talk to you about life, so I feel like that's all inclusive. Like, it just comes with it. It's just who I am. And that's why also I want to do the motivational speaking or inspirational speaking at schools, when this COVID stuff ends. That's another one of my interests. I've done it a couple times at some schools, but as well as the training business, the nonprofit, and then going into schools or whoever needs some motivation and inspiration, then, that's on top of what I want to do.
What would you say are your future goals? Football, training, the kids. What are the future goals for you? What do you see yourself doing in the future?
I want to do the training thing, the training business. I see myself having my own gym, owning my own gym, having my own equipment, having my turf field in the indoor facility, and just being able to train athletes, and not just athletes. I want to be able to train those that just want to get in shape, those that just want to get stronger. It doesn't necessarily have to be just sports. I want it to be all around, whether it's mobility, strength training, all of that. That's what I see myself doing. And like I said, just with the nonprofit, just helping people, helping the kids at the schools, finding different ways to get scholarships, and, just different things, add different things for the schools, and just being able to give the best for the kids so they can understand that their goals and dreams are possible, because I'm a living testimony of what can be done, and someone who's experienced it, and that can make it happen, and that still wants to make it happen. And that's why, for me, when I'm playing, like, even future goals for football, I still want to continue playing till I feel like I don't want to play anymore. You know what I mean? Or till God says, you know what, hey, this is it for you. And I know God has given me a grace and favor to keep playing, and I'm just thankful for that. But I just really want to be able to walk away from it knowing that I succeeded at it and I'm fulfilled in it. And I think that'll make me happy. So I just know me doing all this right now, being active in football, still training, wanting to do all this stuff, nonprofit, inspirational speaking, I feel like, that gives people an outlook like, wow, like, he's still doing it. He's still wanting to play regardless of how old he is. And I think kids will look at that, or people will look at that, people my age, and they'll get inspired like, dang, like, I can still push and do what I want to do regardless of my age. So that's why I do this. Like, it's for other people to see. And I just want them to remember me as someone that, gave them their best. DeAndre gave them their best. DeAndre was giving. DeAndre was loving. DeAndre was inspiring. DeAndre was motivating. DeAndre didn't give up on himself. DeAndre didn't give up on me. You know what I mean? I want people to see that this is who DeAndre was. Like, he was just all around, had everything. Smart, powerful, giving, loving, connected, just all those type of things. I want people to see that in me, and for them to know that I was great and that I am great now, and they can also be that.
If there's a message that you want to get back to the kids right now that are aspiring to be NFL players, or just a great football player like yourself, what message would you give to them?
I just let them know, like, I'm a living testimony. Diondre Borel's a living testimony of what can be done And if I can do it, you can do it. And it doesn't matter what anybody else says. You can get a million no's, but you can get a million yeses. And those million yeses matter. Those million no's don't matter. There's always going to be somebody that likes you. There's always going to be someone that doesn't. But you got to be vulnerable to accept a no answer, not to say no as in I can't do it anymore, but just saying, hey, well, that person didn't like me. That's fine. They said no. But I know someone will say yes, and I say yes to myself. So as long as I say yes to myself, I'm going to keep pushing towards my goals no matter what's going on, no matter who says no, because someone out there is going to say yes to me. I say yes to me, and I just keep believing that it's going to happen and it's reachable. You know, nothing's impossible. Um, do not fear, do not doubt. Just keep the faith, have the confidence, know that you can, know that you will, and know it's done. Because God has the final say so, not any human being on earth.
We are here with Diondre Borel, a former Utah State football quarterback who's had a lot of success on the pro level. Just want to say thank you so much for the time, and I really appreciate it. And keep up the great work, Diondre.
Yep, thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you.